Hi, sixth graders. This is Vice Principal Erika Herrera with some reminders about your upcoming field trip to the Birch Aquarium. So I know that at some point you received your permission slip for the Birch Aquarium so that your parents can sign it and you may turn it into your science teacher. Just a few things. Remember, field trips are not a requirement or entitlement. They are a privilege that can be taken away at any moment. And if you recall from previous field trips like your sixth grade camp, or for other field trips, it can be taken away. So the way this works is that your teachers do submit a list of who is going on which day. So Ms. Field and Ms. Ramos will be submitting their list. Who did they submit it to? They submit it to me. And I go through the list to make sure that every single student on that list does qualify with the requirements to be able to represent our school at another place. Even though you're not on school, you are still expected to follow school protocol and expectations. So when the list gets to me, I look for the following. First of all, that you have had no suspensions. If you've had any suspension for the month of March and February, so I'm going to go February and March. If you had any suspension, you're not going on this field trip, okay? If your parents did not know about your suspension, they will know because you're not going to be allowed to go on the field trip. The second thing, referrals. As you know, if you have 3 or more referrals, February and March together, you are not going on this field trip, okay? Too many referrals, that means that how are we going to trust that you will behave at the field trip? The third thing, okay, so this is new, okay? P3, Progress Period 3, came out probably a week ago. So I'm going to be looking at your academics. Did you receive a 2.0 and above? 2.0. If for some reason you do not know how to calculate your GPA or do not know where to find it, please make sure that you speak to your science teacher, Ms. Ramos or Ms. Field. If you do not have above a 2.0, okay, don't expect to go on this field trip, especially if you are failing science. You should be passing science if you're going on this field trip. So don't be surprised if your name gets eliminated from the list because you are failing science. This is a privilege. You should be showing that you are capable of keeping up with your science and with your academic grades. So once again, the 3 requirements to make sure that you go on the Birch Aquarium are no suspensions for February or March and April. I mean, if you get a suspension in April, you should expect not to go. The referrals, no more than 3 referrals. You got your 3rd referral, you're out. And now the GPA of a 2.0 and higher. If you do not know how to calculate your GPA, please make sure that you ask your science teacher. Please make sure that you do not have a failing grade in science either. So turn in your permission slip if you know you do qualify. And when the list is turned in to me, I will double check that you are. Okay, please save me the embarrassment of having to ask you not to get on the bus. Okay, if you know you do not meet the requirement, then you don't meet the requirement. Please always remember that the list comes to me and the final word is mine. Okay, it is not that your teacher doesn't want you to go. It is not that it's they're not even putting me on the list. I get to decide at the end. Okay, those are the requirements. If you are going on the field trip because you've made it to the list, please make sure that you remember that you are representing our school. Representing our school is that you are on our very best behavior and that you are a student that models the 5 R's. That you are responsible, that you are ready, that you are resilient, okay? That you are respectful, okay? Always. Remember, this is an open space. You are not the only one going. Okay, so it's not just that Mann Middle School is occupying everything. It is an open space and people do pay to go there. Okay, for you it is free, but other people do have to pay. If for some reason you are misbehaving and the staff from Mann Middle is asking you to remove yourself, then you are to remove yourself and be on a timeout. If it is the staff at Birch Aquarium that is deciding that you are not on your best behavior or being an example of a true citizen, then you are to listen and remove yourself. In the past, we've had classes that have had to be removed. Please save us that embarrassment. Don't represent Mann like that. Be on your very best behavior. Always be an example citizen and a great example of what a student is. If you have any questions, please make sure that you ask your teachers okay, especially about behavior and what to expect at the field trip. I do wish all of you can go, but as you know, there are some requirements that need to be fulfilled. For those who get to go, congratulations, you are going on a wonderful field trip in which you will learn a lot. Okay, and once again, if you have any questions, please go ahead and turn your questions into your science teacher, whether it's Ms. Field or Ms. Rammel. Have an awesome day.